guys, welcome to CKO Kickboxing of Gillette and Fanwood. If this is your first class, don't be nervous because we're going to show you everything you need to know. Eugene is our instructor here and he's going to be giving a basic orientation of the moves with Brianna. So basically he's going to go over everything you need to know for class. So jabs, crosses, hooks, uppercuts, and roundhouse kicks. It usually takes a couple classes to get it down, but the more you practice, the more you come, the better you'll get and the better your results will be. For your first class, make sure you come 15-20 minutes early. That way we can give you a detailed orientation like Eugene is going to do with Brianna today.
All right, our first punch is going to be a jab. So when we hit with the jab, you look at your four knuckles that you have to hit with, and we only hit with our front two knuckles, your pointer finger and your middle finger knuckle. And you want to make sure that your hand comes straight in and straight out. So we're going to start off with our left foot forward. That's the side that we throw our jab with. And we come both hands at our chin, straight in, straight out, making sure that when you hit the bag, your arm is not fully extended, but when you hit the bag, you can still have some force into it. So start off with a jab. Perfect. Next punch is going to be a cross. So from the same position with your left foot forward, your cross is from your back side. So if your right foot is back, both hands are at your chin, and we're going to come in with the same two knuckles, your pointer finger knuckle and your middle finger knuckle, and it's both hands at your chin, straight in, straight out, and you're also pushing off your back foot, straight in, straight out, and you also want to make sure again that you're not so far away that your arm is fully extended when you hit the bag. You want to be close enough so you can hit the bag and still get a nice pop on the bag every time. Go ahead with the crosses. Perfect. The next strike, we're going to go over our hooks. So when we throw a hook, you want to have your hand hitting the bag like you're holding a cup of coffee. You want your palm to be facing you, and there's no angle on your wrist, facing straight in. And you're also hitting with your front two knuckles only, your pointer finger, your middle finger knuckle, all the way up to the side of the bag. We want to make sure that we hit the side of the bag, and you also want to make sure that you don't throw all your strikes without moving your hips, without moving your feet. You need to come out to the side and use your hips, use your shoulders, and out to the side each time. Every time you throw a hook, you take your hands back to your chin and the other side. Let me see the hooks. Perfect. All right, our next strike, they're going to be uppercuts. When we see uppercuts on TV, they look like this. On a heavy bag, you can't do that because you would hurt your wrist. It's a really bad angle on your wrist. So in order to do a proper uppercut, your palms are still up to the ceiling throughout the entire strike. You're still hitting with your front two knuckles, your middle finger and your pointer finger knuckles. However, we want to strike the bag at our hip bone level, right where your hip bones stick out. We want to come straight in, and that'll let you have a straight line between your wrist and your hand. And there's a very low likelihood that you'll hurt your wrist like that. And when the punch goes straight in, you're also going to be able to get more power behind it. So line up to your bag. We always bend at our knees and not at the waist. And when we throw a right uppercut, you want to twist your body to the left. So nice and low, and then when you hit a left uppercut, you're twisting your body to the right. Let's see a couple of uppercuts. All right, our next strike, they're going to be backhands. So with a backhand, you have two options. You can hit the bag with the back of your hand, swinging like that, or if that hurts a little bit and you're not ready for that, you can hit the bag with the back of your hand and your hand is facing flat. Either way is fine. However, you do want to pay a lot of attention to your hips and your shoulders and your legs when you do a backhand. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off facing away from the bag. One hand always is at our chin, and when we swing, we want to move our shoulders, hips, and use our legs for the entire backhand. Straight like that. What we want to avoid is slipping off the bag. That you lose a lot of power coming from your midsection, from your shoulders. We're going to get a lot stronger, a lot quicker if it sticks to the bag. We don't want it to bounce off, and we don't want it to slip off. It should be a solid strike, using all of your body weight to twist it around. So let's see some backhands. Perfect. The other side. Let's see the other side. Turn it around. Perfect. The next strike we're going to go over is a front kick. With a front kick, you take a big step back from the bag, and we want to kick the bag with the ball of our foot, or if you go a little bit higher than that, your whole entire foot can hit the bag, and that's fine as well. Either way is fine. In order to do a proper front kick, we have to make sure that we turn it into two movements, not one. We want to make sure that first your knee goes up and then your foot kicks out. An incorrect front kick would be kicking straight up in the air. You don't want to do that. We want to make sure that your knee comes up and then forward. A few things to remember with a front kick. If you're standing perfectly still, that's fine to start off with. As you progress, you want to throw your hips forward into the bag to really maximize your workout. Throwing your hips forward. So let's see a couple of front kicks, and remember to always keep your hands up. Perfect. The next strike we're going to go over are side kicks. A side kick is similar to a front kick, but your foot is facing parallel to the ground. You want your toe facing forward. You want to get your side kicks up to about your hip level, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you lean a little bit. Again, you want to strike the bag and reset, just like that. Strike the bag and reset. And again, for beginners, if you stand still and give a nice bag strike, that's fine. As you become more advanced, the more you move your hips right through the bag, the better workout you're going to get. Let's see some side kicks. Good. Other side. Perfect. The next strike we're going to go over are roundhouses. Roundhouses take the longest for new members to learn. There's quite a few angles involved. There's quite a few things to remember. So don't be discouraged if your roundhouses don't look perfect the first time you try them, or even for the first 2 weeks that you try them out. We're going to explain all the mechanics of a proper roundhouse. Most important part about a roundhouse is your foot that's not kicking the bag. So in this case, I'm going to kick with my right leg, and my left foot is the most important. If your left foot is lined up directly in front of the bag, the roundhouse is not going to work, and also it's going to be possibly very dangerous for your knee. So the way we're going to start off is our left foot is on the left side of the bag, totally outside the bag. Next, you don't need to have such a big angle. You don't need to put your foot all the way back here for more power. We can start off with a nice wide angle. Your left foot is only a few inches further than your right foot forward. And when we start to kick, the only part of our leg that hits the bag is from your shin to the top of your shoelace. As you become more advanced, maybe you can hit with a little bit more of your foot, but you need to stay away from hitting with your toe. or the bottom of your shoelaces, or else that can really do damage to your ankle. The last part, when you're about to kick the bag, there's two things to remember. All the power from a roundhouse comes from your shoulders and your hips twisting. You don't necessarily push off your foot very hard. You twist your body and reset. Again, twist your body, reset. Another common mistake with roundhouses is that people will do the kick and then fall forward. So always pay attention. Your left foot is on the left side of the bag. Move your shoulders, move your hips. And then reset to back where you started. So try out a few roundhouses. Good, other side. Perfect.
You ready? Let's go! Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15%